Right. Welcome to the Tradewaiters pod family.
Okay. No, continue.
The comic book club where we read a different trade paperback every single week. I'm Daniel, you're Nathan. We're brothers. We read comics.
Welcome, family.
Yeah, rather than fam, this is our family. You know?
That's so much more intimate. I feel like I have to do anything like any of them asks. Like if anybody ever comes to the airport and they're like, "Hey, I'm a listener to the pod. Can you pick me up from the airport?" I'll be like, "Fuck their family. I have to go get them."
Yeah, dude. You gotta help fam.
Yeah, I guess so. So if anyone's coming to Arizona,
yeah, we got different time codes in our description. We got the book, which is Lando, Back Matter Matters, and the poll list. But we start with the news.
Damn, so much news.
Hella news.
So much news. Let me start it on a low point, okay? Marvel is saddened by the loss of Don Perlin, the co-creator of Moon Knight, and the iconic artist behind series like Werewolf by Night, Ghost Rider, Defenders, and more.
Dude, he is also the creator of Bloodshot.
Really? For Valiant?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think.
I gotta look it up now.
Yeah, I remember seeing him like, Bloodshot? You know, because I saw Moon Knight everywhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably his biggest thing that he did. Bloodshot creator. Yeah, Don Perlin.
Hell yeah, dude.
Kevin Van Hook, Bob Layton, Don Perlin.
At least he got to see his work come to life.
Yeah, that's true.
on the big screen.
That's pretty sick. He could see the ideal actor Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Bring that character to life.
That's why Vin Diesel was cast, is because that's what Ron wanted.
Yeah. Don
wanted.
So yeah, that's...
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, a legend. I never really thought about who created Moon Knight, but yeah, I mean, I love that character. So I have him to thank for tons of good books that I've enjoyed.
Hey, then.
What?
Let's have an upper of news. You
Okay.
know, big, exciting stuff.
What's the big, exciting stuff?
We got, what's his name? John Hickman
Yeah.
and Greg Capullo
Oh, yeah.
on Wolverine Revenge.
Yeah, Wolverine book.
Coming this August.
Everybody's like, what's Greg Capullo going to be on for Marvel?
Yeah.
Even though he's been posting Wolverine shit like the whole time.
We thought it was covers.
We thought it was either covers or like part of Avengers or some shit, but no. Jonathan Hickman and Greg Capullo.
Jonathan, that's why I felt weird. I was like, John Hickman?
So the 5-issue series begins August 21st, and it promises an intense, unbridled Wolverine tale.
Yeah, he's not married at all.
Yeah, he's not. And did you see some of the preview like pages?
Yeah.
He's like riding a dinosaur and shit.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, I'm in. This is the best possible page you could have showed me.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna buy it anyway just for Greg on Wolverine because that sounds great. But yeah, that's awesome.
Obviously. Pretty exciting.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Another new Marvel comic book news, Nathan.
Yep.
We got a book called Spider Society coming August 14th by Alex Segura and Scott Godlewski.
Huh. He lives here.
Scott Godlewski?
Yeah, he lives in Arizona.
What do you know him from?
He was on Bendis's Justice League and League of... No.
Super Pets.
No. What's the fucking... That like DC team? Oh my god. It's like a big cast of characters that nobody really cares about. It starts with an L, I'm pretty sure. The
Losers.
No, not the Losers. It's not the League. It's not like... fuck, I gotta fucking...
Legacy.
No.
Legends.
DC.
I know what you're talking about.
They have like the ring. They have like a ring, right? Don't they all have like a ring or something?
Power Pack?
No.
Legion.
Oh my god. Dude, the amount of like relief I just felt in my brain.
The Legion of Superheroes.
The Legion of Superheroes. Fuck me. Yeah, he was on that.
That hurt, dude.
Yeah, it did, dude. It fucking...
My back hurts a little.
I just don't care about that team.
I have so much stress in my shoulders.
I even like tried to read it when he was on it, and I was like, this is...
I was like, Leviathan. No.
Wow. There's so many... Why are there so many L titles in DC?
No, man.
Anyway, yeah, Scott Godlewski was in that, and he's really good, actually.
Cool.
So, and I met him, but I didn't know who he was at the time. So I was like, hey, man, you're going to make it.
You just stumble into his line or something?
No. What was it? I actually have a piece of art from him.
Oh, cool.
It was like it's just like a Batman Beyond thing, and it was like it's like one of those small pieces, and it's like an old Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
I thought it was really cool. He sold it for like $20, and I was like, this is cool.
Nice.
So
another Marvel Comics news. Nathan, new book, Deadpool Team Up.
oh really?
Yeah,
I didn't hear about this.
Written and drawn by Rob Liefeld.
Oh
And it'll be his last story on the character.
wow.
Yep.
So who's Deadpool teaming up with?
Everyone, Nathan, probably.
Deadpool teams up with the Marvel Universe.
I don't know. It's like a limited series. I don't know it's probably a
Interesting.
anthology kind of thing. Coming August 28th.
His last one, huh? I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because why? Like,
Why
keep
do
doing
any
it?
more? You know, the
He's
third
probably
Deadpool movie's
coasting.
coming out, so he's like, yeah, I'll do one more.
Yeah.
I think we covered this news, but we didn't know who was on it. But there's a new Johnny Quest series coming out, and it's going to have Joe Casey and Sebastian Perez on it. And I really like Sebastian.
Perez or Perez?
Perez, Piriz.
Oh, Perez.
I follow him on
Okay.
Twitter. He's really good.
Okay.
And so
Do you like Johnny Quest? Do you have any experience with Johnny
I
Quest?
don't know what that is. Isn't that a cartoon?
Yeah, it's like a...
Is it a Hanna-Barbara?
Hanna-Barbera, yeah.
Okay.
And I think he's from the future, or it's a future thing.
I knew Johnny Test,
Yeah.
with the guy with the sick hair.
Yeah, and the dog, I think.
And the dog, and he's got two sisters.
I don't remember that at all.
Two twin sisters. They're like redhead, I think.
Wow, you really attached this.
Really hot sisters. Just keep going.
Oh my god, these sisters, dude.
Their names are
The shit the internet's come up with that.
yeah.
Nathan, Todd McFarlane dropped some news, which is weird because I thought he was dropping news at
Yeah, I
Phoenix
thought
Comic-Con.
he was gonna drop big ass stinky news at Comic-Con, but what news did he drop?
Maybe there's more news coming at Comic-Con, but a new Violator series that is focused on his origin.
Is that the clown dude?
Yeah.
His origin. I don't want to know that.
Yeah, I don't
know. I wonder if that new Sam and Twitch book is any good.
I have the first issue. I didn't read it.
The covers look really good.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Number
the best
three,
one. It's the
number
best
three
part.
came out today. I was like, God, that book looks good.
Yeah. I'm sure it's kick-ass.
Who's on that again? Do you remember?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I think Todd might actually write it.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just got the big Eisner news. But you have anything else?
Couple quick hits.
Okay,
TV
quick hits.
stuff.
Sure.
Apparently, a Vision series is in production, coming 2026.
Okay,
Paul Bettany returning.
sweet.
Sandman season 2 trailer dropped.
Oh, I did see some of that.
I didn't watch it. I feel like I might read up to where that ends because I feel like I might not enjoy it with it being new
Yeah,
content. I think a lot of my enjoyment was them doing it like very true to the book,
yeah.
so I might catch up. We'll see.
I think that would probably elevate the viewing experience.
Yeah.
So
We got a trailer for Ultraman Rising, which is a Netflix animated series or animated movie coming June 14th.
whoa,
Not Ultraman as in the Secret Society Superman.
I didn't think that.
Okay. But like Ultraman, like the manga character that then had
I thought so. Hold on.
had a few runs at Marvel.
Oh my God, I just got a Garfield ad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ultraman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I
what
sent
had
you
in
the
my head.
trailer for it, but like because it was on like the long format, it didn't look very good. But the trailer actually looks really fucking cool.
Yeah. I've noticed that like a lot of really good comic book creators love drawing Ultraman for some reason.
Yeah,
They always
it's
will
like-
just post like their art of like Ultraman, like Alex Ross and like Chris Somney and like all these people.
Yeah, Alex Ross did like a trade cover for
Yeah.
like one of them, and
Sounds
it
cool.
looks
We should-
sweet.
I kind of want to read Ultraman. It looks good. I have no idea what this dude's even about.
Perfect. We just might.
Yeah.
And yeah, then we got the Eisner nominations. Nathan,
Eisner noms.
you got it pulled up?
Yes, I have it pulled up. But
All right.
before we go into that, I just want everybody to know every year I do this, but I try to enlist us to be able to vote for the Eisners every year, and they never get my emails for some reason. I think it's normally been an email, but they have like a form this year. It's like a Google thing,
Yeah.
and they just like let anybody fucking fill that out. And so I'm like, we're pretty good at talking about comics. I feel like we should be a part of this.
Yeah.
So I put in our name in my email and stuff, and there's like a part where it's like, why do you think you should be part of this? And I like really thought about it. I think I really tried to overhype us every year, and I screenshotted it. And so I said, the Trade Waiters podcast is a weekly comic book review show that analyzes different modern and classic collections of comics and analyzes what makes them unique and adds historical context of the industry at time of publication. With over 200 episodes, we have seen our fair share of what the best has to offer. And so then I hit submit.
That should be our new like podcast bio, you know, like the description of what our podcast is.
And then every year we update it when the Eisners come out. That's a good idea. And then I hit next, and then the next part was, is there any other information you'd like to provide us? And I just said, please. And then I hit submit. So I thought it was funny to follow up.
Yeah, it's
somewhat
like,
eloquent sort of thing of our show. And
if there's no like
please.
Character limit, why would they be like anything else? You know?
Well, like it's funny because it says, please enter information below. They didn't specify what information. So I just wrote that about us. And then they said, please provide any other information. And I didn't know what to put there. So I just said, please. So hopefully
maybe they wanted like, you know, like YouTube stuff or like,
that would have been good, huh?
like,
oh, shit.
like the Instagram.
Well, I put
so we can like prove who we are, I guess.
Oh, fuck. No, we got the clout. They should know.
They've heard of us.
I should have put like, I emailed you guys last year. You must have not gotten it, but you know.
I would have been like, you're 3 of trying to get on the panel.
I should do that every year.
Oh man, I'd be so excited if we got to vote.
I know, but we'd have to read everything, which would be cool. I would love to.
Yeah, dude, just shotgun them.
Bestowed the honor of
double
like,
episodes for like weeks.
Yeah,
each like 2 months.
Each one we talk about for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get into who was nominated. If you don't know, the Eisners are like the Oscars, but they're better because they're for comic books.
Yeah.
So we have Best Short Story. Should we just go over the ones that we're like familiar with?
Yeah, like ones that are like more pertinent to like trades.
Yeah, there's one called The Kelpie by Becky Cloonan and Four Gathered on Christmas Eve by Dark Horse. I thought that was interesting. There's a Tom King one for World's Finest Part 1 by Tom King and Belen Ortega and Wonder Woman #3. Okay. So I guess that was considered a short story. We have Best Single Issue / One Shot. We have Nightwing 105 by Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo. Superman 2023 Annual, and Sweet Paprika, Black, White, and Pink by Mirka and Dolfo. People like that series. Didn't you read that? Paprika?
I read the series before
that
by Mirka and Dolfo.
Okay. Best Continuing Series, we have Birds of Prey by Kelly Thompson and Leonardo Romero. Nightwing by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo. I think that's like second or third year in a row.
Second, yeah, at
Second
least.
Year. Shazam by Mark Waid and Dan Mora. That's interesting. Transformers by Daniel Warren Johnson. I hope to fucking God that shit wins because that'd be so cool. Like, when was the last time Transformers was nominated for an Eisner?
Probably never.
Probably never, dude. So that'd be kind of cool. And then Wonder Woman by Tom King and Daniel St. Pierre. I think it's the only time. I was going to say only time I've read all of the things that were nominated, but I haven't read Birds of Prey yet.
Really good. I read the first issue and
I
liked it a lot. I just didn't continue to pick it up.
Best Limited Series, The Cull by Kelly Thompson. That's the one that I was recommended on Free Comic Book Day. So
yeah,
that guy must know what he's talking about. Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons.
Let's go.
By Frank T. Dude, if Transformers and Godzilla win the Eisners,
best year.
There's no hope. I'll just say. Kill Your Darlings by Ethan Parker and Griffin Sheridan, which would be crazy if they won because that's like their first ever comic.
Yeah, dude. Podcast winners.
Yeah. Pee Pee Poo Poo by Carolyn Cash. Which is, I think this is easily the most ballsy nomination because it has to be good if a book called Pee Pee Poo Poo was read and considered by the Eisner committee to be like, we should have people vote on this.
This is top 5, right?
Yeah. And then Superman Lost by Christopher Priest and Carlos Pagulian.
I've never even heard of that.
I think it's a Black Label thing, but I'm not sure.
That definitely, I don't know. It's so weird that this
the Christopher Priest
went
Superman
past my radar.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it too. Best New Series, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees by Patrick Horvath.
Nice.
That'd be really cool. Local Man, Tim Seeley, Tony Fleeks. Phantom Road by Jeff Lemire, Gabriel Hernandez Walta, and Somna from the Distillery by Becky Cloonan and Tula Lotte. And then we'll skip some of the best publication for kids or whatever.
Skip Black Cloak by Kelly Thompson.
I don't know what that is.
Best New Series. Yeah, it's like an image series, and
I did skip it though. But
I started reading it, and it's really fucking cool.
It
actually,
bangs?
Yeah, it like looks so unique, and it's really like cool to look at. And I'm like so interested by this world.
Oh, cool.
The writing is like, I haven't finished the first issue, so the writing is like, it's pretty
You're
cool.
like halfway through the first issue?
The first issue is 50 pages.
Whoa, okay.
So it's like
pretty big.
It's a hunky boy.
That's fair. Kelly Thompson having a banger year. That's good for her.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to skip some of
kid
the
shit.
kid shit, the teen shit.
Oh, Danger and Other Unknown Risks by Ryan North and Erica Henderson. Best publication for teens.
Oh, cool.
So just want to shout that one out.
That sounds cool. Best anthology, Comics for Ukraine. That's pretty cool. The Devil's Cut, the distillery one.
It's Jeff for best humor publication.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kelly
actually.
Thompson again.
Was that? Oh, no. It's Jeff, the Jeff verse. Okay, so this is the sequel. It's Jeff is actually dope.
Okay.
I just got to say.
I'm sure it is.
The first one, if It's Jeff wins, we have to read it. The first is It's Jeff. Or maybe this one if it has some sort of collection.
Yeah. We'll definitely, like, if we didn't get to them before, we'll definitely, like, review the winners.
Yeah, for sure.
Devil's Cut was cool. Kind of strange that this, like, promotional material is, like, being
But I think it's because they
nominated.
have so many, like, heavy hitters.
It's because that's
But
the only thing they put out.
It
you
does
know?
feel like an ad, though.
Yeah.
So it is interesting they got nominated.
Oh, Swan Songs by W. Maxwell Prince. The dude who does, like, Ice Cream Man,
Mm-hmm.
which is neat. Did you say that already?
No, I missed
Okay.
that. What do we got? There. Let's scroll down to...
No memoirs pop out to me that I've heard about.
Yeah.
Something that always throws me off is that best graphic album reprint. So I think it's just like it
A
goes
reprint of a collected thing?
Yeah, so it'd be like a trade at first, but now there's like a new edition, like a deluxe edition or something,
yeah.
and now that's up for nomination.
I think...
Like The Good Asian is on there again.
Oh, cool.
And then Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise by Trad Moore,
Oh, that'd be cool.
which would be cool. Hip Hop Family Tree, The Omnibus.
That would be very interesting if it won.
Yeah. And Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazons. The
Yeah.
Kelly
I
Sue
think that
thing.
one won Eisner's last year, if I'm
Yeah,
not
maybe.
mistaken. But yeah, I think they put the reprint on there because people will design it differently. And so they'll put like different like little tidbits of information about the making of and stuff in the actual trade. But it is interesting that it's its own category.
Nathan, best U.S. edition of International Material - Asia, and Goodbye Eri is on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Tatsuki Fujimoto.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. You read Eisner nominated
I do.
manga.
I just know my shit.
Dude,
what can I say?
I'll put you on.
You do. You do put me on to the good shit.
Yeah. That made me feel so good. I'm like, I know what's good.
Yeah. I know the bangers. That'd be cool, that one.
Yeah. And so there's a couple mangas and stuff like that. And then
So let's go to Best Writer. We have Mariko Tamaki for Roaming, Tom Taylor for Nightwing and Titans, Kelly Thompson for all of these things. I'm going to read them all.
I think she should win just because she has so much more
Birds
done.
of Prey, Harley Quinn, Black, White, and Redder, Black Cloak, The Cull, It's Jeff, Captain Marvel. All those things, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Mark Waid for Batman Superman World's Finest, Shazam World's Finest Teen Titans, G. Willow Wilson for Poison Ivy, and Hunger in the Dusk.
She got nominated last year for She-Hulk, I think.
G. Willow Wilson?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That was last year.
Best writer / artist, we have Dana Warren Johnson for Transformers, Zoe Thorogood for Hack Slash Back to School, and Tilly Walden for Clementine Book 2, a book that I wasn't aware came out.
It came out in like last June, I think.
Oh, did it? Did I buy it?
No. I think I told you, oh, this came out. You're like, no, wait. You know,
And I forgot about it.
I think books just need to be like in your shop
They
for
need to
you
be
to purchase
in
them.
front of my fucking face. I think that's why I bought the first one, because
Is in the spot. You know?
yeah, they had it in Ash, and I was like, oh, I did want to read that.
It's cool that Tilly Walden got like the nomination now because
They like
she's so much newer to like the industry, and these are really good books. So it's just cool.
100%. Did you see like Zoe Thorogood's like dad tweeted out about like her being nominated, and is like, good job, Zoe. And I'm like, that is so cute.
It's just like thumbs up
Because well, like
Dad, I got nominated for
like
an Eisner again.
He like retweeted and was like, Zoe got nominated for an Eisner, and for those that don't know, it's like an Oscar but for comics. And I was like, good for him for being proud, you know. So yeah, they got some good ones in there. Best penciler inker or penciler inker team, Jason Sean Alexander for Detective Comics, which I didn't know he was on. That's pretty cool. And Philadelphia.
Ye-
Tuolote for Barnstormers, which is the Comixology original.
Yep. That book does look really good.
It does, yeah.
It's valid.
There's Inaki Miranda for Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons. Dan Mora for World's Finest and Shazam. Chris Somney for Firepower. And Jillian Tamaki for Roaming. So there's some big hitters here.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
I don't know.
I would understand if any of these people won.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to kind of...
I would say
way more
if
on
Jason
like
Sean Alexander doesn't have one, which he probably does for Philadelphia because it's been going for a while.
Yeah, it's been out for a couple years.
I hope he wins. If not, I'm a big Dan Mora stan.
Yeah.
Stan Mora is what I call myself. Best painter, multimedia artist, Jason Sean Alexander. Oh, actually, he could win that one. Liam Sharp for Starhenge and Nemesis Special.
Did you know that he was... I think he was on like a new Exo Manowar book.
He was.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I read it.
You read it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's good.
It looks cool.
It's weird though because like issue 1 came out and then he did Starhenge. And now like issue 2 is eventually going to come out, I think. But then there's been other Exo Man. What's up?
The hardcover's out.
Is it?
Yeah, I just saw it like a couple weeks ago.
I don't know.
I was flipping through it. I'm like, whoa.
I really liked his
artwork is like what AI wants to be so bad.
It is stupid how good he is.
Yeah. I'm like,
he's so good that I like can't even handle it sometimes. I'm like, okay,
can't even read this.
Like I read Starhenge and I'm like, dude, you cooked so much. I don't know, you like maybe overcooked. It's like it's interesting.
Yeah.
Best cover artist, Jen Bartel, of course, Evan Cagle for Detective Comics. Dude, those are really cool. Those covers.
Okay.
We have Peach Momoko and Dan Mora. Best coloring.
Oh, they like list all the ones that they did.
Yeah, all these Dan Mora ones are crazy. Best coloring. We have Jordi Belair, Matt Hollingsworth, Lee Lufridge, Dave McCaig, and Dean White. All big hitters.
Do you remember who won last year?
No. Probably Jordi.
I love Matt Hollingsworth, but like the coloring on Birds of Prey is really sick and like really stands out to me.
Yeah.
So that I'd be valid.
Is
That
it
would be
Jordi?
valid as well. Yeah.
Yeah, she does do really good. Best lettering, we got Emily Carroll, Hassan Oatsmain Elhow, the guy I'm a big fan of. He's the one for Beneath the Trees.
Russ
Wooten. No Stan Sakai this year.
Whoa, you snubbed,
He
dude.
he won the last 5 in a row, and they're like, maybe we should change
the
the
dynasty ends.
Oh man. So hopefully, I like Hassan Oatsmain Elhow. I think he does really cool stuff for the industry. But I mean, Russ Wooten's pretty cool, and I only want those 2 to win.
Did you see that Sketched got nominated?
Yeah, best comics related periodical, and I don't think he's ever been nominated before, which seems a little bit crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing of this that I like
That I know.
consume.
Yeah.
So it's like I've never been on Sketch. I just listen to like off panel.
I've read some of the articles because he'll write like a piece on like a certain part of the comics industry that I just like have never really understood, and he'll like reach out to comics people and like shop owners and stuff like that to get like their take on it. So it's like little things. It's like very niche sort of topics that I'll check in on. But yeah, I think
Isn't this the
operation he's
category
running.
that's like going away?
I don't know. I didn't hear about anyone going away.
Oh, okay. I thought you told me something about that.
And I think
It's like all
that's
the
most of them.
the stuff that we care about, I
Oh,
guess.
best academic / scholarly work. I just like the Claremont run on Twitter. They just do like really big deep dive like threads on
The
Claremont
Twitter
run.
account?
Yeah, it's a Twitter account. Well, I mean, it's by somebody, like someone runs the whole operation from, who's like a professor at a university. University of Texas Press, I guess. But I consume a lot of what they put out on Twitter because they do like super big deep dives on like some of the like iconic stuff that Claremont put together for X-Men.
Okay.
So I like that. But other than that, I don't think I know
Lord
a lot of the
Olympus
other things.
Yeah, nominated
Oh,
for
best webcomic?
Webcomic.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The rest of these I don't know.
Best digital comic, Friday. Edward
okay.
Baker, Marcos Martin,
Black Sad,
Black Sad. Are those digital now?
I guess.
I didn't know if Friday was digital.
Yeah.
And they just like printed it later?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's definitely in
I
print
think
now,
Image
right?
does, yeah. Yeah, the first 2 or 3 are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like ongoing. I didn't realize. I have a copy of the first one. We knew it for Christmas.
And then there's the Eisner Hall of Fame nominations. The only people I recognize are Klaus Janson,
Yeah.
Jim Lee, Mike Mignola. It's crazy he's not in there. And that's pretty much it. There's like 16 people that are nominated to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then there's 4 that they're going to select. It seems weird that you'd be nominated to be inducted into a Hall of Fame and then not get it. You know, I'd rather just they come out with like the 4 people that got in.
Well, I think it becomes like a bigger thing when you're inducted, you know?
Yeah.
It's probably a big party or something.
That'd be cool.
So anyway, good stuff. We look forward to the Eisner noms all year.
Yeah.
Does it seem like kind of a weak year as far as like some of the books that are nominated?
I think there's a lot more like big properties on there. Like a lot of the categories are like dominated by like DC books, which is interesting. Right. Or like we see Godzilla and Transformers on there, which seems kind of interesting. Because like imagine the Oscars, it's just like one category is just like a Batman, like a Marvel movie, a Godzilla, a Transformers. Like not to say that's like bad, not to say they're not like good movies, but it's interesting that there's so many big licensed IP
because it's
on there.
Yeah, it's either these.
Because I think Transformers is sick.
Yeah, like big 2 properties that I'm glad are doing well. You know, are getting some recognition because like I feel like I mostly stray away from big 2 stuff unless we do them on here.
Yeah,
and all the other stuff, like some of the memoirs and stuff, they might be from like a little publisher and I haven't even heard of them.
Yeah.
So it's like a little...
I feel like the amount of good stuff that's outside of big intellectual property is still coming out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be cool. I mean, I prefer that those get recognized while still being like a good balance of like good DC stuff. Like we should recognize it.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know. Tom Taylor being on there for Nightwing for like the couple years in a row. It's like...
When did he start? Like in the 90s, didn't he?
Tom Taylor?
Like number 90s.
Oh, no. I was like in the 90s.
He's been on for like 20 years, right?
I don't remember. We read the first trade. I think he's
that
been on it.
70s.
I think he's been on it for like 30-ish issues.
Okay, yeah.
He just announced that he's going to end it, actually. It's like the beginning of the end. He's like starting his final arc.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I'd love to read that like in a big completed thing, which would be cool.
It'd be delicious.
Dude, yeah, because
incredible.
I feel like the quality of that has not gone down and they've really came out swinging with that book.
And it's mostly Bruno Redondo, right?
100%.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it'd be like it'd be like Nightwing by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo. Like
ideally, yeah. Because like I think he's a big part
sexy.
I think he's a big part of why that book is so popular.
Definitely.
Because there's so many unique things that they're trying out.
That's one of the books where it's like, normally I'm more pro writing as far as making the book actually good, you know, but I feel like it's like 50-50 in that case.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know?
Because like nothing that he's writing, I don't think is really like
groundbreaking.
Yeah, not like, I mean, it's
just fucking good
There's
comics.
interesting like perspectives that he puts on there. Like he's making Nightwing like somebody that's trying to, I don't know, do more like in the city or whatever, but the genuineness really comes out in like Bruno Redondo's work, I feel like.
Yeah.
So good stuff.
Yeah.
That will be, the winners will be announced whenever San Diego Comic-Con is. And
July
I don't
25th.
know when it is. Oh, okay.
I think.
Cool. So
yeah, I'm like, how much time do I got?
I look forward to voting when they accept us because I said please.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, if that like...
I don't think I've ever said please before, to be fair. So I think we got a good shot.
You've never said please.
I don't think so.
In your life, you've never asked anyone please.
No, I don't think I ever said please for an Eisner opportunity to vote.
You know, dude, if we just like started like blogging a little and had like a website, then we could be in the publication thing.
I think you're right.
Because that's all sketched is, you know? Like after we like do an episode, we could like kind of write up a blurb about it.
Yeah.
Boom. And then start making lists and shit.
That's easy. We could do that.
Start making some clickbait.
All right, next year.
Comics with the most titties.
Next year. We call it pee pee poo poo.
Is pee pee poo poo actually pee pee poo poo? I
don't think so.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they named it that. It's funny though.
Probably.
It would be really funny if that.
They're like,
if that
what if we got nominated for an Eisner, dude?
Do you think they got like? I don't know how they like tell people if they're nominated. I don't think they do actually.
I think they find out when everyone else does.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people, like when the Eisner list comes out, it'll be like Kelly Thompson who like tweets out and is like, holy shit, I'm in here a lot, you know?
Yeah.
So they don't like email them. So I assume when the pee pee poo poo girl found out she was nominated, she's like, holy shit.
You're like, all right.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into
Mom, Daddy will be so proud.
Do you think she's like pissed that like none of her other work got like recommended
It's
up to this point?
This is like
like
this is a throwaway one.
You have the Eisner trophy or whatever like up on your bookshelf and it just says pee pee poo poo.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, that's a funny gag thing that you got from a store somewhere.
I mean, that shit was engraved.
Yeah.
You know?
So what
Some guy had to type that in or whatever.
into the CNC machine to like get it etched in. I love that. I hope it wins actually. Let's get into the book that we read this week, Daniel.
Yeah.
What do we read?
Speaking of Eisner nominations.
Was this nominated for an Eisner?
I don't know.
Probably
not.
Lando.
Star Wars Lando.
Star Wars Lando. Written by Charles Soule. Artist Alex Maleev. Color Paul Mounts. Letterer Joe Caramagna. We're reading this because there's a Star Wars thing coming out that I probably won't watch. There's like a first look. It's like Acolyte, right?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I saw like a first look at like a fight scene that happened and I was not interested.
Really?
It was like a 2-minute thing and I'm like barely anything happened.
Is that where they have like the whip?
No.
Okay. Have you seen that?
There's like a Star Wars whip, right?
Yeah, it's like a lightsaber whip.
Yeah, like what do you do?
Yeah.
How do you stop that?
Yeah. I'm like, we like whiplash or something?
Because even if you like, if someone whips you and you have like a stiff lightsaber,
You have a stiffy.
if you got a stiffy, if your
It'll,
lightsaber is
like, wrap
rock
around
hard,
it.
yeah, it like wraps around, and still slaps you in the face and shit. So like realistically, how do you
You'd be
dodge
like,
that?
"Mm."
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Or smack it away, I guess.
Anyway,
So Nathan, something about this book.
yes.
I have realized I've gotten to a point where I forgot I read this.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I should read this. I heard this is good. I suggested it last week.
yeah.
And I've read it. I've like,
Wow.
I went through. I'm like, this is very familiar.
So in your head, you're like, this
Like
is
all
good.
these Star Wars comics are the same. I'm like, oh no, I know these like Panther dudes.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
it's
like,
like weird cat people.
I'm like, oh fuck.
So you read this in its entirety? What, when it was coming out?
No. I read the trade some time ago. I don't know when.
Did you like shotgun it? You think?
Probably, yeah. I
Yeah.
probably read it really quickly.
This is only like 100 and something pages.
Yeah, so
110.
very possible I read it in like a sitting.
Yeah.
Or maybe I read like the first couple issues because there were still some things that were like surprises to me.
Oh, okay. Good.
I don't remember well, you know,
Yeah.
but like I'm like, I've seen these pages, you know?
Yeah, there's definitely a couple books, even for this show that we've done. that
I've
I'll
like
probably
read enough
forget.
to where I forgot books, you know,
That's
and
awesome.
also forgot that I've read them,
Yeah.
you know? Wouldn't like Comixology like tell you?
That you like already had
Like,
it?
yes, it would say like read or something.
No.
They should have that feature because apparently there's gonna be a problem now.
Yeah, you're losing your mind.
Yeah, I guess
Losing your damn mind out here.
I'm out of capacity.
I think if it's a Comixology thing that you rent and you return it, there's no history of that. But if you've purchased
Yeah.
it, it won't let you buy it again.
Damn.
So you didn't buy it.
No, I probably read it. You know, I
probably-
might have read it on like Marvel Unlimited when I had that.
I guess that would have been on here, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, that was cool.
I think
Still had a
it's
good time. You have a good time?
Yeah, I think this is great.
Yeah.
I like Star Wars shit like this where it doesn't matter. You know?
Yeah. I feel like
Nothing
a lot
really
of
matters.
I feel like all Star Wars comics are like that because there's no stakes because you know,
Like some of them are.
maybe there's stakes in characters you don't know, but like
I think I just like heists, maybe.
Heist is good.
Having like a good heist about some random thing, you know, is kind of cool to me. I also really like Alex Maleev. I think he fucking crushes it in this.
Yeah, he's very good.
Same thing with the colors. I noticed like distinctly like the coloring in this is probably better than any Star Wars book I've seen.
Yeah, it's definitely top tier as far as
Yeah.
art.
I also
And-
don't really know that much about Lando, so it's kind of fun. I mean, you don't really even really learn that much about him, but I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think.
But when is this set? Is it like before A New Hope?
Yeah.
Like just before?
Well, he's not in New Hope.
But when is this set? Because he was alive during A New Hope.
Maybe between 4 and 5 or before 4.
Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter because it's kind of in
I'm
its
sure
own
we
thing.
could find like some timeline, but I don't think it matters that much.
But yeah, I think just like fun little Star Wars adventures that has things that like you vaguely like recognize to like kind of keep you engaged.
Yeah,
It's fun.
It flows
Because
really
there's like
well.
an Ugnaught in this. And like I know what an Ugnaught is now because of the Jedi like Fallen Order and
Uh-huh.
Survivor games. And I'm like, oh, I like those aliens.
Uh-huh.
So like just random things like that. I don't know. Some about this was, I think, really fun.
Yeah,
It was very short. And like this feels like on like a Disney Plus show, it would have been like one episode.
Yeah,
So
potentially.
But that's not to say that it's
I like how
not
much
good.
it was like able to accomplish in like the 100 pages.
oh yeah.
You know,
100%.
like showing that like more isn't more, you know, when it comes to pages and shit.
Yeah,
And so
definitely.
I like things that are like pretty straight to the point. That's normally how Charles Soule's writing is.
Mm-hmm.
So we can tell him that we liked it this Saturday.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be there, huh?
Yeah.
Do I have anything new from Charles Soule this last year
There's a pretty big one.
that he wrote?
Yeah.
Is it Star Wars?
No.
Oh yeah, 8 Billion Genies.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. I didn't even know.
Ryan Brown's going too.
Whoa, yeah, I gotta fish those out, dude. I gotta go digging for some shit.
I thought I was gonna get anything signed this year, but like I went back and I'm like, oh shit, there's like just as much as last year. It
Yeah,
feels
getting
like.
8 Billion Genies signed would be really cool.
I forgot about Doc Shaner going too.
He is?
Yeah.
Wow, I gotta get the Terrifics out.
Oh yeah, in Strange Adventures.
Yeah, Strange Adventures. Gotta get that shit out.
Mhm.
Whoa, how exciting! Anyway, let's get into the book, Lando. So it starts off, Lando is bagging the governor of some planet called Castel, which is like an imperial planet. And her name's Moff Saria. And Lando tells her that he was actually trying to steal one of her little trinkets so that he could pay off a debt somebody he owes money to, but he couldn't go through with it because now he's like developed feelings for her and he doesn't want her to get in trouble for bagging a rebel person, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so Saria agrees to let him leave with it and won't report it.
Lando pulls bad bitches only.
He does pull bad bitches, political bitches,
Yeah.
and he gets away, making them think that they're on the same page. But really, he was bagging her and stealing it and getting her in her feels so he could take the trinket without it being messy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a great way to open a Lando book.
Yeah, I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Because like we all knew that Lando was fucking, but we don't really see that much in the book. He just like shows that he has Riz, you know.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I think it's cool. And so Lando tells all of that just happened to his friend Lobot, who's like, "You dog, Lando, look at you." And then Lando turns in the trinket to a crime lord named Papa Teren.
Real quick, there's like a Han Solo reference. I don't know if you caught that.
Something about the Falcon.
Nope. Lobot was like, yo, that was pretty risky what you did there. He's like,
Oh, never tell.
that's why I don't tell you everything in advance. Not everyone likes to know the odds.
Yeah, I did see
was
that.
like,
I was going to write it down. I forgot. Yeah. So yeah, he turns in the trinket to the crime lord Papa Teren, who does the mob thing that like every mob does, and it's like, oh, you're not off the hook yet, kind of deal, or it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this doesn't cover it.
Yeah, this will take off like 10%.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, that's fucked.
And Lando's like, what? You said I was going to be good. Why don't you let me off the
Dude.
hook, crime lord? But then the crime lord promises that he will let him off the hook if he takes another job. And so Lando agrees. He recruits Lobot, who's not happy, but he agrees anyway. And they also get these two cat men. They're like big cats.
Big T'Challa looking
Big
motherfuckers.
T'Challa, like Black Panther looking dudes, but with like real cat faces. Their names are Alexin and Pavel. And they also enlist Corin, who's an Ugnaught, the little guys with beards, but this is a girl, which is cool.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah,
Because this is a balding Ugnaught.
This is a balding Ugnaught with Danny DeVito hair. And I didn't even realize she was a girl until like the 4th issue. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, cool.
Yeah, 'cause he says like, yeah, something about like you're a picky lady or something like that.
Yeah. I want my Ugnaughts to have big boobs, Daniel, so I know when they're a girl.
You want every creature to have big boobs, Nathan.
I do. I want Lando to have big boobs.
I've seen your search history.
Big boobs, and then it's just like the
There's no
third
big
word.
boob Bulbasaur. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't find it. I think the cat people are a very strange Star Wars design. I don't know if they're like original characters for this book,
Maybe.
but I just think that it's just a cat person with like a ponytail, really good at.
They're not very Star Warsy, Nathan.
No, it doesn't really feel like it. But I like seeing them in action. Like we see, one page of Alex and Maleev being like, let me show them that they're good at fighting,
Yeah, these aren't my favorite like choreographed like pages as far as like some of the action because there's not really
like overall or just like this
overall.
issue? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like I'm like kind of more like fluidity to where you can kind of like almost see what's happening and just like picture in picture.
Yeah, I think Alex Maleev has always done like big moments, but like kind of spread apart.
Yeah,
over,
like action shots or whatever.
Yeah, big action shots, which I think each one individually looks cool. But yeah, I would agree where you don't really see the choreography necessarily.
Right.
So Lando has his crew together, and the crew goes to a shipyard in space. They take out some stormtroopers, and they escape with a ship that they were supposed to steal. And then the commander of the shipyard tells the owner of that ship what happened, and it ends up being Emperor Palpatine. So they stole Palpatine's ship.
What I love about this sequence is that Lando's explaining the plan as we're like watching the plan unfold.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, they gotta do that, and then all right, now do it. And
Yeah.
Oh no, they did already.
Yeah, I know. That is funny in comics because like in a movie, if they do that, it's like a narrating voice, and you're like, oh, okay, we're seeing it happen. But I thought the same thing. I'm like, okay, he's got a good idea of what this place looks like, and then that's already done. But yeah, really fun concept. I think like just the scrappy crew fucking with the wrong people accidentally.
So the ship that they steal,
the Imperialis is what it's called.
Yeah, it's called a pleasure craft.
They also call it a yacht.
I'm like, is this like a rub and tug ship or something that the Emperor's got?
I think he just bags bad bitches on this yacht.
Yeah.
What is like a spacecraft yacht? Like, what does that even mean? It's just a big ship.
It's like
is a Star Destroyer a yacht?
No, it's not like just size. It's like luxury.
Like for
like
okay,
like
there's a kitchen in there.
Like size doesn't matter in this sense.
Okay,
but it is a pretty big ship.
It's interesting. Maybe it's got like an arcade or something in there.
And he's like an art collector for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't peg the Emperor to be like a big art guy because most of the time we see him, he's in big empty rooms and there's no art on the wall. But
yeah, no,
because
it's all in his ship.
Yeah, I guess he puts it all on the ship. Who knows? It's
kind of like this room, like all my cool shit's in here.
I do like to think of Emperor Palpatine going on his yacht ship and like going fishing in space. Like I don't even know what that means for like Star Wars to go fishing in space. But I like to see him in like a big hat.
He's just trying to hook a satellite or something.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Or like space sharks, dude. I don't think they have them in Star Wars, but
they should have space sharks. Every good sci-fi thing has either space sharks or space like pirate ships. Like, remember the Jimmy Neutron movie? I think.
What?
You don't remember that movie? Like, all the kids go to space and they all like have their own spacecraft. And it's like, how do they make this? But one of them, I think, looks like a pirate ship.
I don't remember that at all. I don't remember them going to space.
You remember that movie?
I remember the movie like very little.
It's a good movie. It's actually rated very highly
on like Rotten Tomatoes.
On Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, dude!
What
news? I forgot.
What?
X-Men '97 is the highest rated Marvel thing ever.
What's it rated?
100%.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, especially when it's like all out now.
Yeah, it's like all out.
It's not just,
that's why I think now it just got rated that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put it at 100%, but it's cool that it is rated 100%.
Well, like, that's not like, that means like 100% of people liked it, or gave it a positive review.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that 100% of people rated it perfectly because Rotten Tomatoes is weird. Issue 2. So they have the ship. It's called the Imperialis. And they just need to get to a spot where they can jump to hyperspace because they need to be like outside of the gravity, whatever planet. And their path gets blocked by 3 Star Destroyers who just like zoop in or whatever it's called. And they were sent to recover the ship. But before they do, they blow up the entire fucking shipyard that they got the Imperialis from, which is crazy. Because I assume that this is like
the Star Destroyers.
One, it is crazy to send 3 to Star Destroyers. It makes sense because of who owns it.
Yeah, a little bit's like, but the fact bad news, and then like Lando's like, no, good news.
The fact that they
means
blow
this shit's
up
valuable.
Yeah, the fact that they blow up the thing, like the place that they got it from, is insane.
Yeah,
that's like stealing. That's like having a car stolen from a dealership and blowing up the entire dealership. It's like, what about all the other things that were in there?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see any other ships or whatever.
Yeah,
it's more like blowing up like a parking lot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because they're not gonna. They have the upper hand because they know the Star Destroyers won't shoot them.
Yeah,
because they know that it's valuable.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just trying to intimidate them, I guess.
I really like the deep red coloring, like inside the cockpit of the Imperialis. I think that's adds like a lot of intensity, like their situation when it's like all red for like a couple pages.
That is some good shit.
So the Star Destroyers send out gravity mines to stop a hyperspace jump, but the Imperialist has like its own automatic defense system that just takes him out. And then Lando pieces together that, you know, he's in a really expensive ship and the Star Destroyers haven't like blown them up because there must be something valuable in it. So when the ship is caught between two different tractor beams of the Star Destroyers, Lando does a move where he like aligns both tractor beams together and then the Star Destroyers just crash into themselves. At least two of them do.
Yeah, it seems like they'd really have to crank up that tractor beam to get that to happen.
I'm like, surely that's not a thing, right? Like, is
Probably
there no
not.
weight limit to a tractor beam?
Yeah.
Can you just accidentally tractor beam like a fucking planet?
Or like
There's
a moon or something?
Yeah, because you'd think you'd have to calibrate to be like, you know, this thing's probably like a couple tons. Don't bring in anything other than like that thing that's a couple tons, you know?
Yeah, filter out your expectations.
There's probably tractor beam engineers on ship that are like, this is wrong. We can't be pulling this guy in. So
yeah.
I thought it was interesting, but there's also one more Star Destroyer, so I don't know what happened to that, like the rest of this story, because only two of them crashed into each other. But and then we jump to another planet where we meet the bounty hunter named Chanith Cha, who is recruited by Emperor Palpatine to
Looks
drop.
like Tech Knight, dude.
He does look like Tech Knight, or like
I was like, this guy's awesome. What the hell? And they can like fly underwater.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was like, what the hell?
Can't the Mandalorians do that? I think there's a scene. Isn't there a scene where like Mando steps into some water and then he like sinks to the bottom, and then Bo-Katan has to like go save him?
Yeah, I think that the jetpack works.
I just like the idea of flying underwater.
Yeah, it'd be so fun. Like a fish.
Like a fish. That's what they do. They fly underwater. I guess it's not really like a thing, but like having your
They're
boosters.
seabirds.
I like the idea of being able to boost from the water and go straight into flying. I think it's kind of cool. But Chanith Cha is recruited by Emperor Palpatine to drop everything and go recover the Imperialis or destroy it if he can't recover it. And then one of the Imperial dudes on the Star Destroyer shoots himself because they're scared of confronting Palpatine for losing the ship. And then now that the Imperialis is safe, Lando checks out what treasures are on the actual ship. And Lobot uses his like body tech to open a locked like vault door, and he gets stabbed by two Royal Guard guys that were, I guess, were just in there.
Yeah, rip. Like straight to like the fucking heart. So I'm like, oh no.
It's pretty bad. Why were they in there? How long were they in there? What did they eat? Where did they shit?
They look pretty dirty.
Like, were they in there already? And they're like, we're fucking moving right now.
Maybe they're working on the ship.
I think they probably had I like to think that they had a moment where it's like, if you're here, who's driving the ship? Because they were probably just like, yeah, working on something in there, and they're like, we're fucking moving right now.
I mean, they're just like guards, so
yeah,
it's not like they were just like floating in space, like they're at like the parking lot or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
do you think they like looked out the window and they saw like the whole thing getting blown up, the whole shipyard, and they're like, thank God we didn't work on the other ship.
Yeah.
So
they're like Star Destroyers, we're saved.
Blow up the other thing. So issue 3. So Lobot has like techno-organic implants that I guess if he's not like fully conscious, they like start to take over his mind. But since he got stabbed, he's like weak and is not able to fight that off as easy. And so Lando and Corrin take Lobot to the medical bay while the cat guys fight off the Royal Guards. And we also see Chanith Cha is given a ship to chase after the Imperialis with.
And there's like a robot companion on that ship or whatever. And I think I just love seeing Alex Maleev draw like robots.
He's
like,
really good at it.
And like suits of armor and shit. You know, they look awesome. I just want him on like a robot book.
I think Maleev was on a Halo book with Bendis.
Really?
Yeah. I think that would be really cool.
I would read that.
Not as many,
just to look at it.
Not as many robots, but like imagine like Master Chief drawn like this, you know?
Yeah.
100%.
Same thing.
Yeah, all the Spartan armor would be really cool. I should check that out. I think it's good, but yeah, he's really good at drawing robots. And then we get a couple double page spreads from him during the sequence where the cat people are fighting the Royal Guard. I think this one has a little bit more choreography to it, where it's like kicking and doing stuff. So
there's a bunch of shit with like this knife that we're following.
Yeah. So pretty cool. So they put Lobot in a Bacta tank, and then Corrin puts together that they probably stole the Emperor's ship, which means that Lando has pretty much killed them all by recruiting them for this mission. Cheneth Cha is traveling with like the droid head and finds out that the ship that she was given to track the Imperialis can track ships through hyperspace, which is supposed to be impossible. And that's like kind of just like a throwaway thing that they like put in there just so that Cheneth Cha can find them. But that's like groundbreaking technology, it feels like, for Star Wars to like have something that can track through a hyperspace jump. You know?
I think that was in The Last Jedi.
Was it?
Yeah, that was like a major plot point. I guess like all tech in Star Wars is just waterproof. Because like Lobot's got like his shit in the Bacta tank.
I was thinking about that too.
Yeah. I'm like, if you had like your AirPods in like the pool, I don't think so, dude. You know?
It is interesting. Because like, well, I don't think a Bacta tank is just water. For some reason, I think of the Bacta tank like liquid being like thicker,
Jello,
like thicker water. Not necessarily like Jello, but like it feels thick. So because it's supposed to like heal you or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that in Wanted, the water that they'd put you in and like harden over you?
Oh yeah, it's like wax,
and you
something?
have to break out like a glazed donut.
Yeah,
that's what I imagine.
I had a glazed donut today.
Did you think about the movie Wanted?
Every time.
You think about James McAvoy's face just being like...
Think about Angelina Jolie's ass.
Do you think if there's space yachts, there's space cruises?
1,000%. Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
I would so go on a space cruise.
I want another Star Wars book, but it's just on a space cruise.
Yeah,
I guess it's just Wall-E.
It's like, oh, damn.
Whoa. They're all like fat. Okay, so... Cat guys fighting the Royal Guard. Lando and Corrin put Lobot in the Bacta tank, and they're like, we need to get some guns so that we can help the cat people that we brought on. And then they find some guns. They go back to them, and the cat people already beat the Royal Guards. And then they all go into the vault, and they're like, what the fuck is in here? And they find a Sith helmet. And Corrin explains like the idea of the Jedi and the Sith in general. And Lando is like, shit, this is probably worth a lot then. And that's how the issue ends.
Yeah. So
but Lando like doesn't know Jedi and like Sith at this point.
Yeah, because like I don't think like anyone really knew like what the Sith was at this point. Even though it's only been like 30 years and stuff, I feel like Lando spent most of his time in like the Outer Rim kind of stuff. So a lot of like politics didn't really like affect where he was.
Yeah.
And when there's no like there's no like Jedi Order or anything, and you're not aware of like the bad guys or something, is really just
so during like the prequel,
Emperor, who's like an elected official.
Okay, yeah.
Then it's like, oh, that's just like the government, you know?
Okay, that makes sense. Because like during the prequel era, there's Jedi's fucking dime a dozen.
Yeah,
and then Order 66 happens. They're not really anywhere anymore, and I guess Sith aren't either that much, or
so
not because of Order 66, but they're just like, I don't know, maybe not as needed.
There's always only ever really like a master and apprentice when it comes to like the Sith, because there's like the rule of two or something, to where, remember, like,
sounds familiar.
There's something where like you have to like kind of share the dark side, and so if there's any more, then you're kind of spread thin, I guess. As far as like, I don't know, it never really made sense to me, but there's always only like one or two. Like in
sounds like a
movies.
rule that they made up when they noticed that there's always been like Sith in pairs of two.
Essentially, yeah. But yeah, no, there was like a shit ton of Jedi, which is why like Order 66 seemed like quite a tall order.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's always these like other spin-off stories of people who like survived the purge.
I mean, it makes sense. Like for something that's supposed to be a universal wide event, there's probably a couple different perspectives.
Yeah. And they're just like space cops. So they were on all kinds of like planets and shit, and weren't always accompanied by stormtroopers.
Yeah. Are we supposed to know what this helmet is that's like on there? Do you know what that is?
I think that is shown in like the Darth Vader series.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, because Charles Soule seems like the kind of guy that knows a lot of like novel Star Wars stuff, or like just kind of like
read
deeper.
It all, yeah.
Yeah, he's probably very experienced in a lot of deeper Star Wars stuff, even at this point. Because I don't think he was on Darth Vader at this point.
Okay, yeah. So this is before Vader.
Lando was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Vader came out in 2017.
I think Soul had to like show his chops a little bit with this. So
you think this is like his tryout? for Vader?
I think so. Or at least like
I guess that's
his
possible.
chance to like get in to like some Star Wars stuff.
Because like Aaron was on Star Wars at this time.
Yeah, the initial like big relaunch of Star Wars at Marvel was Jason Aaron.
That's a fucking book that goes for some dollars.
Yeah.
Like
They sold 1 million copies.
Then why is it so expensive?
Or most of it was digital, I think. But I remember him saying like it was like they sold like 1 million, or maybe it was $1 million worth, because 1 million copies.
Can you
is a fucking lot.
imagine? Like a book that you wrote like sells like 1 million, and it's a comic of all things.
Yeah.
When Batman sells like around like 100,000.
Yeah. Crazy.
Nuts.
But I don't know. Star Wars got it like that. Issue 4, Daniel. The bounty hunter, Chaneth Cha, makes it to the Imperialis and gets access codes from the one droid that he has. And again, he doesn't really know what is on the ship or who's on the ship. He just knows that he has to get it back for the Emperor. And then on the ship, Corrin says that the helmet is a lost piece by a Sith sculptor, Lord Momin. So the price of it could potentially be enough for them to like buy entire moons if they sell it to the right person.
Yeah, he what this dude Corrin like talks about, because I guess he was just like a professor of Jedi stuff.
Yeah, he's a big artifact guy, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
he's like Nick Cage in National Treasure, but for like Jedi stuff.
He was, what I thought was interesting that he said is that like the Jedi like suppressed like a lot of like Sith knowledge, you know, so like even him as like a professor like didn't know like a lot about it and couldn't find out a lot about it, and like most of like what he found was like anti-Sith propaganda and stuff.
Fake news.
Yeah,
Star Wars fake news.
Yeah, so it's like it's just kind of like whoever is at power is kind of suppressing the other, and so it's kind of impossible to get all the story from both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of how it works in history.
So maybe Jedi is evil, Nathan.
But maybe that could be. We're on the wrong side the whole time.
Yeah, and
that's why I've always liked Emperor Palpatine. I like what he stands for.
I always liked his wrinkles.
I always liked when Anakin killed those kids. That's all I'm saying. I like the idea of like a Sith sculptor.
They're raising murderers. What? Oh yeah, Sith sculptor. Cool.
I don't know. Like it sounds cool. I don't know what that means, but there's probably some like deep lore on it. I don't know.
Makes real spiky sculptures or something.
Yeah. They're always like scarred up for some reason.
Yeah.
So one of the cat people, Alexin, finds a double-sided lightsaber, one of the red ones, and he starts to go crazy. And he slices off the arm of his twin, Pavel.
Are they twins?
They call them twins.
Okay. Is this a double-bladed lightsaber?
Yes, it's a double-bladed lightsaber.
You shouldn't just leave that around.
Well, it's in a vault, locked away. They're not leaving it around.
I guess not.
They're not supposed to be in there.
This is on the ground?
And so Lando and Corrin are like, what the fuck? And they get out and they close the vault. So he leaves the other cat person in there with the angry cat person. And then Corrin's like, yo, Alexin was corrupted by the Sith artifacts. So he's like gone crazy now. Meanwhile, Chaneth Cha turns off all the escape pods for the Imperialis ship. So they're all stuck there now. And there's like a really like sweet few pages where we see the cat people talk for the first time. They've been like silent characters, but they only talk amongst each other.
Yeah.
In like in private. And the like not crazy one is like, what are you doing? Like we were going to use this money to like get a clone child together and start our lives. And then they like start fighting.
Oh yeah. There was like,
and then he was like,
Alexin, my love. I'm like, wait, hold on.
I think
maybe they just look alike, or maybe
I think
they
look alike, and Lando refers to them as twins.
Yeah,
which is a little like racist, or
I'm like incest.
Yeah, but
species,
or it could be incest. And then like the crazy one is like, my kid is not gonna have a parent with only one fucking arm, idiot. Just like you chopped it off.
That.
Yeah, you did that. I just think it's funny. It's very sad though, because he like gets corrupted, chops off his significant other's arms, and start fighting him. So
yeah,
the other one just seems so devastated. And so Corrin still tries to go to an escape pod and is caught by Chaneth Cha. But when Chaneth sees Lando, he's surprised to see it's his old lover, but it's a girl. Chaneth Cha's a girl the whole time.
Oh my God.
And Lando's like, oh, what's up, girl? And he like kisses her hand.
He's like, baby.
And then Chaneth's like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to like kill you or destroy the ship. And then we see both of the twins get out of the vault, and they're both corrupted by the lightsabers now. But Lando, you dog, you've been bagging people across the galaxy.
As soon as he sees her face, he's like, hey.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Good stuff.
The Riz was unmatched.
Yeah. To be like, hey, not be cringe.
There's
good
only
stuff.
like 3 women in this book. 2 of them Lando knows.
The other one's an Ugnaught.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think he bags Ugnaughts, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. He doesn't get all the bitches. He's very selective about his bitches.
The ones that look like him, I guess. But so do all Sith lightsabers do this to you, or is this supposed to be like a special
I think it was
batch?
the helmet that was corrupting.
Oh.
Not like the lightsabers themselves.
Because it seems like you turn crazy when you touch a thing that's like Sith, but maybe the helmet turns that on. I don't know.
I think you gotta look the helmet in the eyes. Or where the eyes would be.
Oh, like Medusa.
Yeah.
You turn to Sith.
Yeah.
Instead of stone. Issue 5. Chaneth is kind of stuck in a weird place because she's supposed to bring them in or destroy the ship. And she's like, I'm still going to do that. And then...
Hold on. I got to mention. The thing with Janeth Shaw or whatever, it's so weird that Charles Soule took advantage of the fact that we can't hear the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can only read the dialogue, but we don't know that it's like a woman under there.
I think that's clever.
Because if we knew that there's a woman under there, I'm like, oh, Lando probably
It's
knows
like, oh,
them,
Lando probably bagged her.
Yeah, I know.
It's the only other
everything
woman.
will be fine.
It's the only other woman that's not a fucking
once
cat.
she catches up, he'll probably riz her up anyway, even if she doesn't know him.
I think it's cool because that's like if this was a TV show or a movie, it's like we have that context.
I guess
because
it could also
comics
be
is
like
limiting in that sense. You can have that reveal. And
there could also be like a voice changer on like the helmet, if it was like a TV show.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But anyway,
did you know that like people didn't know that Samus in Metroid was a woman until the end of the game?
Yeah,
she takes her helmet off.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
Who would have guessed that? Did you guess that? Did you see that robot? You're like, there's a girl in there.
No, I wasn't. I don't think I ever played the first game because
right,
it's really
but
old
you still
game.
saw Samus in like Smash Bros, right?
Yeah, or like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Seen that game?
Maybe.
I think so. Well, at that point, I did know because I think she's like holding her helmet or whatever. But anyway,
because sometimes you can go out of the suit, and that was like a move
mm-hmm.
they could do in that game. But no, I didn't know either.
Yeah,
like that was like a reveal. I didn't play the game, but like,
and you're like, no wonder I've been turned on this whole time.
I thought it was just gay for robots.
Yeah. So Chaneth Cha is like, I need to blow up the ship, and then Corrin's like, you can't do that. There's a lot of good shit in here, like big pieces of history or whatever. And then Lando's like, what about a plan C? Okay. And he suggests that Chaneth destroys the Imperialis, but will help Lando and the rest of his crew escape on the ship that she has that she was like brought there on. And
she's like, no, because the artifacts can be traced back to her, if
it's like sold on the black market.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But then there's also like a line where Lando's like, yo, Lobot's on the ship, and I know you guys left things tense. So did Chaneth fuck like both of them at different points, it seems like?
Maybe like Lobot had like a relationship, and the way that Lando just kind of treats her is how he treats like every woman,
Oh, yeah, it could be it.
So maybe not like history there.
Maybe he just knows Chaneth because he knows Lobot.
Yeah.
And is like, oh, my boy's ex. How's it going?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
He's incapacitated right now.
I think that makes more sense. Because Chaneth can do whatever she wants. She can fuck both of these guys and the Ugnaught if she wants.
And not be a slut.
Yeah, and not, if that's what she likes. She can even go for the cat people that are evil now.
The Ugnaught.
And the Ugnaught. She can get Ugnaughty. You know what I mean?
So dumb.
That's good.
And
I forget where I was even going with that. Because I had such a golden opportunity.
It was right there.
The whole time.
Anyway.
So the cat people interrupt the escape that they're going to have. And they like bait Corrin in with one of the shiny cool artifacts. And Corrin's like, ooh, we'll take the helmet. And then
he's like, check out the helmet.
And then she gets stabbed and like dies, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she definitely dies. And so when that happens, Chaneth shoots the door that's like between them and like shoots it shut, which I love that's just like a mechanic in every Star Wars thing. If you shoot like a keypad, it like shuts the door.
Yeah, it like still functions in a way.
Yeah, like
it's not locked
turning it
up.
off or like destroying it turns it off. Kind of.
Yeah,
I just like that.
Is there anything else in the world that's like that? Like,
I guess if it's like if you shoot like a crane or something, or like if you destroy a crane, it's not gonna like there's power holding it up. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's probably what it is then.
Yeah, it's probably like pistons or something that are like holding it up that like requires power. So if it shuts down, it just goes down.
Yeah.
So Chaneth activates the ship's like self-destruct system. So now they have to get Lobot and get out, which they do. But the droid that Chaneth brought double crosses her and leaves with the ship that they came there on. So now there's no way to get out.
They're Uber left.
And he's like, you've been in there way too long. You told me to stay, but I gotta go get another ride. And Dano, I think we have a new rule for Star Wars books. If an Ugnaught dies, it's a bad book. Starting now.
That did not affect me at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I just like the Ugnaught. I really like the Ugnaught in the games.
I think I just like the name of the species.
I do too. It's a good name. Do you know what the Star Wars music is called? The jazz music is called?
Jizz.
Yeah.
I think they canonically changed that recently.
They changed that, yeah.
But it has been that way for about
They're trying to suppress our
years.
culture, Daniel.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So Chaneth and one of the cat guys start fighting, and then Lando tries to reason with the other one, and he gets that one to like put away the lightsaber, and then Lando just shoots him in the chest, which I think is pretty baller.
Yeah, because most of this like book, he talks about how like everything he can kind of like talk his way out of.
He will.
Yeah. And he will.
And I think that's fun.
He's very like he's much more of a pacifist.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this very situation, he like breaks that rule just because he's not
gonna survive any other way.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like a fun character archetype, like someone that like talks their way out of like kind of situations and is able to do that believably.
Yeah.
Like
that's gotta be hard to write.
Yeah. Like I think like Tyrion in Game of Thrones is like the funnest to like watch and like listen to. So yeah, it's cool. But anyway, Lando grabs Lobot, who's like still struggling with the implants taking over his mind because he's not fully healed yet. And then Chaneth beats the other Catman, and she breaks the news about the ship that's about to self-destruct, and she already disabled all the escape pods. And so Lobot sacrifices his like sanity and lets his tech implants take over so that he can activate an escape pod for them to escape with. And so Lobot and Lando escape, but Chaneth stays on the ship for some reason, and she blows up, and that's the end of the book. Like they escape, Lobot and Lando escape, but she like stays on the ship and doesn't really give a good reason why.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Yeah, or like we don't see another escape pod like leave.
Yeah,
and I feel like that'd be very simple to like draw another escape pod.
Well, yeah, dude. It was maybe they were only able to like
really do one. I guess, but like that
they
was
could fit
never
3 people in there. I think.
Yeah, I think just squeeze together a little bit. But now Lando or Lobot.
I'm gonna ask him about it.
Yeah, we should.
I'm like, dude, real quick.
Why? Yeah. So that's the end of the book. Lobot. There's like a nice little message from Lobot's like system telling Lando that he pre-recorded a message that was triggered by something that Lando said, and it says that like Lobot's not angry and he thinks that Lando's like a good guy or whatever, and he'll figure out he's been against like bigger odds or whatever. It's kind of a cool way to end on like a somber note when this book had to wrap up in like 2 pages, it felt like. But,
yeah. It was funny because he's like, by now you probably already threw out the word "the cure" to what has happened to me.
Yeah.
So it's like
that was like the trigger word, which is funny.
Yeah.
So was there more Lando after this?
No, I don't think so.
Was this the only ever Lobot we saw?
I think Lobot's been in the movies.
Has he?
To some extent, yeah. Because there's like a familiar looking design.
Lobot Star Wars. I'm going to see what pictures come up. Oh, he's in Empire.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
John Hollis, Nathan.
I don't know who that is.
That's Lobot.
Oh.
Anyway.
He's got like one of those toys.
What toys?
Like the shitty like Star Wars toys. It's like the action figures.
Oh. Like the Kenner ones?
Yeah. I want a Lobot.
$250.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's expensive. Is it called Kenner? Why is it called Kenner?
Kenner is like the OG like toy company that was
Oh, that made them?
that had like the toy rights when the first movie came out.
Is that the company that gave people like little tickets because they didn't have enough toys,
Yeah.
but they still wanted kids to open up something on Christmas?
They were like commissioned to make toys like it was like 6 months before the movie came out. And so they like literally like didn't
They couldn't.
yeah.
And so they like,
you got to watch that episode of The Toys That Made Us, and they go way into that.
oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
I think I have one.
A Kenner?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Does that say Kenner on it?
Yeah, it says Kenner.
Okay, yeah.
Whoa. So you got the little ticket and you had to go to Toys R Us?
No. Yeah, I think that's the only one. But yeah, no, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like it looks like the action figure variants and shit.
Yeah, it does.
And so, yeah, that's a super interesting
Yeah, this
episode.
one's when Han Solo was in. Don't tell me. Carbonite.
I just said it, but
No, I didn't hear you. So anyway, so let's go to back matter.
back matter matters.
The only back matter we get is like, hey, next week go pick up Chewbacca.
Oh, I didn't get that.
You didn't get that? Did
No.
you have back matter?
No.
You didn't get anything. It just like ended and then it was the back cover.
Yeah, you got a Comixology?
Yeah.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's just like last
Is yours
page.
113 pages?
Last page? No, it's like 104 or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, 104.
So what I'm confused about is,
There's plenty to be confused about it right now.
yeah, well why do we have two different versions?
Did you get more stuff than me? How is there 10 more pages?
I think it's all just in the fucking beginning. Like there's no like, or did you see covers in between issues?
I think just the cover A.
Yeah, so I would see like this one. I also saw the recap pages.
Oh, no, I didn't get that either.
Oh,
What
you didn't
the
get that?
fuck, dude? It's weird. Maybe I had bought this and then
I
like
think you bought it because you did say that you read it before.
I don't think I'd buy a Star Wars comic.
So you don't think you'd buy a Star
It
Wars
says
comic?
Comixology Unlimited.
Oh, weird. Maybe there's like a tablet version for some reason. But that's our back matter. I'm the only one that got one thing in back matter, which is an ad for Chewbacca, a completely different series that doesn't follow this story at all.
So I have read the first issue of that.
So if this is before Empire, does that mean that he fixes Lobot? Or does this happen after Empire?
Because he'd know of the Sith or like the
Have to know
Force and stuff, right? I don't know.
by the
dude.
time the movie happens.
We could look it up if
We should write down questions and ask him.
I think it's mostly like the
I mainly want to know about
Shanath
Chanath. Probably Shanath.
Shanath Cha.
That sounds more Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm like the blue guy, the blue girl.
Yeah, the guy that ended up being a girl.
Yeah, I
I will ask.
have some beef for some shit you wrote like 9 years ago.
I have questions. He's probably gotten asked that a lot. I would imagine.
Probably not, dude.
You don't think so?
I know Lando's like a popular one as far as like it's
But
pretty
people
well
probably-
regarded as good Star Wars when like the new stuff came out.
Yeah, but you don't think people care that much about?
Yeah, I don't think it's
Shanath
been
Cha?
read that much.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's fair.
Not more than like Darth Vader or like his Daredevil.
No, way
or-
more in Darth Vader and Daredevil probably.
Yeah.
So, what would you rate this book, Daniel?
Ooh.
How big of a blue milk would you give this?
I give it like a large blue milk.
Okay, nice.
Like an American large. American sizes.
I would rate it in Disneyland in the actual bar that they have in there,
The cantina. Yeah.
the cantina, like one of those drinks.
I would rate it like one of the like exclusive beers for that cantina that they have.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think Sierra Nevada has one for that bar,
hmm
and it might be something you can get outside of it, but like
It hits different
you
in that
feeling
bar.
like it's exclusive to that
That bar's awesome.
Star Wars beer. Yeah,
It's fine. I just
cool.
like the DJ droid.
yeah.
And when the beat drops, he's like, this like hand goes up and down on a hinge. It's
Yeah.
awesome. So I think it's good. It's like a fun little thing to read, and
Short and sweet.
short and sweet, fun little story. It's
Very
not
fulfilling.
impossible to follow.
You can get to other stuff you got to read.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So let's go into the poll list. Colin.
Shove in your box. The pull list. What did you shove in your box?
What'd you pick up this week, Daniel?
Man's Best, number 3.
Yeah, big week this week. Man's
Yeah.
Best. Got it?
Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, number 7.
It is number 7. Okay. There's a variant, and it's got King Kong, and he's got a Green Lantern symbol on his chest.
Wow.
And love that shit. I didn't get it because I subscribed, and they're weird about getting the variants rather than the one that you...
Yeah, it's probably
whatever.
like a...
ratio
initiative
variant.
Yeah, a ratio variant.
Something like that. So yeah, that came out. Got that.
We got Batman First Night 3. I think that's the last one of that, because I feel like all those prestige ones are like only 3 issues.
What was First Night again?
That's the one where it's like...
Oh, that's the Dan Jurgens one, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. They didn't have it at my shop.
Have
I
you
still
been
haven't read the first one, but...
Yeah, neither have I. But 3 is coming out, I guess.
That's cool. Hopefully it's good.
What are you getting?
I got World's Finest number 27.
Uh-huh.
Green Lantern War Journal number 9, which I saw somewhere on Twitter. Apparently this is the last issue of a DC book being led by a person of color right now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Very crazy.
Just like maybe start up another Green Lantern thing with Jon Stewart, maybe. I don't know. Call me crazy.
Yeah.
But I like to see people of color in comics. You know, call me crazy. I know you don't like that, but...
You just like people with the color green.
Yeah. I also picked up Green Lantern Alan Scott number 6.
Oh, 2 Green Lantern books, 1 week.
Two Green Lantern books. Yep. Very exciting.
Double dipping.
And so that was all. I was subscribed to all of those. When I like picked up my box, normally I get like 1 or 2 things.
You're like, damn.
And he pulled out a full stack, and I'm like, that can't be me.
That's what it used to be for me.
Yeah. But so I got like those 5 things. And then I also picked up White Boat by Scott Snyder, Francesco Francavilla.
Uh-huh.
What?
I don't know. I just think it's such a funny...
It is an interesting name, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's
the haunted boat.
I think most boats are white.
Yeah, probably.
So,
but this one's the whitest boat.
This is the whitest boat.
It's ghost white, Nathan, because there's ghosts on there, I think, probably.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
Please read that, and then tell me if it's dumb or not.
I'll read it tonight.
Okay.
And I'll text you if it's dumb. But it's Francesco Francavilla, Daniel.
I know, but you can... I think any artist can be convinced to do a bad thing, potentially.
If it's a good writer.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Scott Snyder's got quite the resume.
He's very hit or miss for me.
But it's not perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's like a sequel series to The Wrong Earth?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's been like a few.
Has there? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's one called Dead Ringers, and the second issue that came out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that shit's still going.
Yeah, people like it. So
I assume, yeah.
Yeah. So that was everything I picked up.
What'd you read, Nathan?
I read The World's Finest Annual and caught up to where it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark Waid Dan Mora. That dude's got crazy range. Because this arc is about, it has, Mr. Mix's Pitalik and Batmite on it. It's like those weird imp versions of, characters. And they go into, the imp universe where there's imp versions of all the other characters.
The Impiverse?
The Impiverse, I guess. I don't know. And there's imp versions of all the Justice League people, and it's so fun. Because Dan Mora makes people, he draws people really cool and buff and stuff, but he could also do these weird mystical fucking imp characters.
Are they buff
Batmite? No, they're not buff. They're fun ratio. It almost feels like Scotty Young was in on this issue as well. That's how. It's good. I mean, it's a weird story, choice after they just beat Darkseid a couple issues ago, but it's great. The book is still really good. So hopefully it gets an Eisner.
Sweet.
So I've been enjoying that. That was pretty much the only thing I read. I planned on reading more, but.
So Nathan, I know it's not realistic for us to expect to be able to read all of the Eisner nominations prior to the Eisner Awards.
Uh-huh.
And so I took it upon myself to read all of the mangas that were
you big weeb.
Yeah, that were
nominated. Okay.
Yeah. And so
what was the list again? Just random off.
Oh,
I can look it up.
I read The Horizon.
Okay.
By Jihun Jung.
Okay.
From Ultra Media, and that's one of the nominations. And it has 21 chapters, but the first volume is 5 chapters. And it's about a boy's experience during a war. It's not specific what war.
Boy, is he enlisted or younger?
No, he's 10 maybe. And
is it the Eisner category best US edition of international material?
Yeah.
Is it that one? Okay.
Yeah. It's very tragic and surreal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like seems like it's like mostly silent, so you're able to like kind of blow through this really quickly.
Yeah. Oh, really? It's silent. That's cool.
Yeah, and so his mom dies in the war, and so like his life is basically like over to him, but he like finds this girl that needs like help surviving, and it like gives him like purpose to like protect her. You know, it's got like this like really incredible like super like unique art. Like that's like the cover.
Whoa.
Which is like kind of creepy.
It seems rendered.
It's kind of like if...
Is it rendered digitally? Like...
Oh, I don't know.
It seems like like if you somehow made comics claymation or something.
That's like one of the like pages.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so...
These look like stills from like an actual like anime or something.
Right, yeah. It's kind of like if Tim Burton did like a manga in a way.
Dude, this is some shit he would adapt.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a sad page.
Yeah. It's very very sad shit. But
it looks good.
it was really engaging. It's really fucking creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really really cool so far. I don't know if I'll finish it. I think I'll check out like the other books and then maybe come back to it.
Yeah.
So that one was cool. I read the first volume of that.
All the books are pound or hashtag DRCL Midnight Children.
It's like Dracula.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye Airy, the one that we've read before. The Horizon. That was the one you were just talking about.
Yeah.
My Picture Diary. River's Edge. And The Summer Hikaru Died.
Yeah.
The chess player?
Is Hikaru a chess player?
Yeah, he's like the number one guy.
No, I didn't know that. So yeah, did you watch anything?
Yes. I watched the first episode of Dead Boy Detectives.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess I watched the first half of it and I was like, this is not for me.
Really?
And I turned it off.
The second episode I watched, and I think that one's like not as good.
Oh, well, then yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
definitely made the right choice.
I think it's just like so many new ideas that are introduced in the second episode, and then they just have to like wrap that up in like that episode.
Yeah, I did not.
And they're trying really hard to kind of be like, I guess, edgy in that one because there's like cursing and stuff.
Oh.
But yeah, I could see how it's like not for everybody.
Yeah, I think.
But there's like
I
some
didn't really
good
like the
stuff in there.
dialogue. Yeah, there's some like I think good ideas.
I think I told you there was like some hand holding, you know,
for sure.
So
it just like moves at like a really weird pace. It kind of like throws you right in, which is not a bad thing, but I just didn't like the way that they did it. I didn't really like the dialogue from a lot of it, and so I turned it off like 25 minutes in, and then I turned on Blue Eye Samurai. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, someone's been like bugging me to watch it.
Yeah, it's really good like animation. It's like very unique looking. It feels like you're almost like looking at a video game or something the way that they've like rendered it. Mm-hmm. It's really good. Some like fun action. The story's like interesting, but it's funny because the thing they revealed at the end is like so painfully obvious that it's like not a cliffhanger.
The end of the first episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like not even a spoiler, so I guess I'll just say it. But like the Blue Eye Samurai is a girl, but you guys, I guess you like weren't supposed to know that, but it's so obvious that she's a girl. Like it's a girl voice actor and everything, you know. You
know, sometimes there'll be like girl voice actors and
for like male characters,
and they'll be like, "That's a dude."
Yeah,
you know?
Like Tara Strong voices like Timmy Turner.
Yeah. Well, no, like in anime, like it'll be like a girl's voice.
Oh, and it ends up being a dude.
Yeah,
is what you're saying? Okay. Yeah, I was like, I guess that's supposed to be a boy. I don't know, but I like,
or it'll be a dude's voice, and then it'll actually be a girl or something.
Yeah, but like at the end of the episode, you like see her naked, and it's like, oh my god, she's got boobs, you know? And I'm like, isn't that obvious?
I'm sold.
Like the whole time, I was like, that's a girl. Why do people keep saying it's like a boy?
Yeah.
So I just thought that was funny, but the rest of it's like really good. It's got a
they pull a Chinath Cha, Nathan.
Yeah, they pull a Chinath Cha. They do,
but not obvious.
But it's fun. So cool. I'll probably finish the rest. And then I also watched Smiling Friends season 2. First couple episodes of that. Do
they release the whole thing?
No, it's weekly.
It's so weird to like tune in on like a Friday for like Smiling Friends.
It's like Sunday or something.
Like a 12-minute episode.
Yeah, for 12 minutes is very weird.
Yeah.
Episode 1, fantastic. Episode 2, terrible. Episode 3, phenomenal. So
that's how it goes.
One of them is like an Alan episode, and I think that dude's so funny. Just like the way that he talks.
Is that
that's the red guy? The red guy that like stands weird.
Yeah.
and he's like, I gotta get myself some cheese or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's really funny. I'm enjoying that show.
Sweet.
And I played a new game called Abiotic Factor, I believe is what it's called.
Okay.
Or how it's pronounced. It's like a game. It's like in beta right now, but you still have to pay $25 to play it, which is a little bit weird. But it's a like up to 6-player survival game where you're like a scientist and you wake up in a facility and there's like interdimensional aliens that are in there, and you have to like find certain things to unlock parts of like the facility to like get out.
So it's like zombies.
They're kind of, yeah. This one's like a survival, like, and like you have to craft things, like you have to gather resources like around this facility and like craft things so that you can unlock other parts of it. And it's like really fun and very interesting that they've made a survival game where you have to go gather resources inside of a facility. So it's not like you're punching down trees or anything. You have to like find like computers and like break open the computers and get like tech scrap from it and stuff like that to craft other things. And it's really good.
Huh.
And what's interesting about the game is that like you have to like poop. Like you have to go to the bathroom and you get like hungry and thirsty.
Yeah.
And it's not like frequent enough to where it's like annoying. It's just really funny when you like have to like stop what you're doing to like go find a bathroom and shit real quick.
Yeah.
And it's all like proximity chat as well. So if you branch off, you just might hear someone screaming like for help in like a couple rooms down, or they might be like above you.
Of like the 6 people that are
playing?
playing?
Of the 6 people, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like different traits that you can get. So one person can be really good at cooking or like more efficient in cooking and make like better food so that
you get more health or some
you're full and like less thirsty for longer. And some people are better at like hacking things to get in certain places. It's really good for like a beta game. It's like I haven't run into like any problems, and it's like pretty unique. So I definitely recommend it if someone's seen that. But we were looking for a game that like more than 4 people can play. Cause like Sophia will
got so many friends.
Well, like Sophia will sometimes want to join us in like our gaming sessions, but most games kind of, if it's cooperative, it caps at like 4.
Yeah.
And if it's like me, Ben, and then Parker and Emily, it's like already 4 people. So we're doing this with Sophia, and it's pretty fun.
One of the barbers at like the shop I go to is doing like this giveaway thing, and it is like, oh, post this video to your story and tag 5 friends. I'm like, I don't have 5 friends.
Listen, buddy,
I can't tag you. You know,
I'm a friend.
No, I mean like tag like the barber.
Oh yeah,
consider as like a friend. You know,
that would be funny if you did that though. We're friends, right?
I just tag like all the barbers that are in there.
You're like, I did it.
Yeah. Anyway,
so, yeah. But yeah, it's good. What did you watch?
I rewatched Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
Good
movie.
So I like rated that on Letterboxd when I was just kind of going through movies that I've seen, and I gave it 4 stars, and I rewatched it. You know, I rated it 4 stars based off like what I can remember of the movie whenever that came out.
So you changed your rating?
No, still 4 stars.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did we watch that movie in theaters?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to remember.
Because I remember watching it, and then it got like all the Oscars and stuff, and I was like, yeah, probably.
I think it's great.
I never really like understood like why it got so many Oscars though. Like it is really cool, and there's like good stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't really like defend it when I put it on, and Sarah's like, "What? Why?" You know, because like it doesn't seem like it seems like a dude thing.
It's a very dude movie.
Yeah,
kind of. I mean, it's very like. I mean, the women in it are really cool too. So I guess like it's not like just a bunch of dudes beating each other up in the apocalypse, but.
And so like, yeah, it's like super like impressive. And I'm like, I don't know how they did any of this kind of thing, but still like kind of like plot wise and shit. I'm just like, yeah, it's like pretty good. You know, I'm not super stoked about like Furiosa, but I'll still go like see it.
Oh, I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah. I mean,
Sophia's too, which I was surprised. She's seen the first one as like the Mad Max Fury Road, and she really liked it.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I've seen that movie twice in theaters, and it's because I lied to my girlfriend at the time about having not seen it, and I saw it with you that first time.
Nice.
And I was like, I think it's the only time I've ever like done that, which is, it's just funny that like that's the movie, you know, that I've seen twice, that I had to like go see it with Daniel, because my girlfriend at the time was shitty. But like,
you know, I saw Incredibles 2 twice because someone I was dating at the time like got me tickets to this like double feature thing in IMAX.
Yeah,
which was like a really cool experience. And but that was like a week or two before it came out.
Mm.
And then I saw it with like the fam, like the day it came out.
Did you tell us that you'd seen it already? Or
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm coming out right
You
now.
lied to me?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't believe you did that.
This is such a weight off my shoulders. I've been holding on to that for years.
Oh my God. I could tell. You've been weird since then. Since the Incredibles 2 movie, the entire podcast.
Yeah, since
Link.
like 2018 or whatever. But yeah, that's the only time I can remember that happening.
Yeah.
And then, Nathan, I saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
Oh man,
oh
Nathan.
my God. Good monkey movie?
This movie fucking rules.
Does it? Oh, how exciting.
Oh, I loved it. Big fan. I'll gladly take 5 more of these. Like,
Awesome. Wow, that's crazy.
Since they like plan to make like 9 in total.
Well, you've seen the last 4 now in like the last month or so, right?
Yeah, best way to watch them.
And you're still fucking jazzed about it.
Oh yeah, I was like looking up like the comics. I'm like, I need to know like
Oh
more
my
about what's
God.
going on.
There's no way
Mostly
you
the
get the same level of enjoyment out of the comics.
No. Mostly the comics are like adapting the old movies,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I might as well just like watch like the old movies. You know,
Yeah.
people like like still highly regard those.
The old
You know,
movies.
even though the first one made in like 68. You know,
Yeah.
so they're probably like cheap and campy, but there's like good ideas and stuff.
Yeah, cool.
But it's just like, you know, your understanding is like what happened in like the Reeves trilogy,
Mhm.
and the world is in like such a different place in this one, and it's like so interesting, like where the monkeys are and where humans are at and stuff, and it's
Cool.
just like really cool to see like great like world building throughout this. There's like I don't know, after like seeing like the new ideas that they had in this and like how it ended, there's like endless sequel opportunities.
Wow.
Like it's like very possible to do the 5, you know.
Mhm.
Sometimes you're like, when they announced like John Wick was gonna be like 6 movies or whatever, I'm like, how the fuck are they gonna keep doing that, you know?
Yeah.
But with this, I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
You're like, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah.
It does this thing where it's like they make like all the characters like so effortlessly like interesting. You know,
Mhm.
it doesn't seem like forced composition and character development. You just like start liking characters, just watching like how they do things and how they talk and stuff.
Are the monkeys talking to each other like pretty...
It's a
Is it
little
still
better.
like monkey speak?
It's a little better than the last movies, but there's still like sign language and stuff.
Okay.
But that's like one of the things is like some of the apes are in different places when it comes to their dialogue and
Like,
stuff.
oh, okay. Interesting.
And so people were like talking about how great like the CGI is, how they were saying like it's kind of the best one as far as that, and I don't think that's the case.
Hmm.
It definitely looks like fake monkeys,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
but like the last 2, I'm like,
Really good
how
monkey.
do they get these monkeys to do this? Like, because like there's this like
How'd they get them to shoot a gun?
there's this close-up shot of like the orangutan Maurice,
Mhm.
and where it's like you close up on like his face. I'm like, that's a fucking orangutan. Like I'm like, there's no way this was like rendered with like 3D
Really?
fucking
That's cool.
like software.
Yeah.
And so like when people are saying that, I'm like, they obviously haven't seen the last ones recently,
Mhm.
because those ones are pretty indistinguishable, it feels like.
Do you think it's because you saw it on like a big movie screen and it's like a little bit easier for your eyes to like see it?
No, it's not even like those details like skin texture and stuff. It's just like how the
move
models and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Interesting.
just like, yeah, it just I don't feel that way,
Mm-hmm.
but it is still looks like really fucking good.
Nice.
And
So where would you rate this one amongst the last, or I guess the 4 in total?
like 2 or 3.
Nice.
So, but like super close to
Yeah.
like 1, and then like it's just kind of more like Dawn is number 1 for me, which is the second one.
Okay.
Just because that was a super interesting plot and whatnot.
Mhm.
But because this one is like newer and setting up so much, that gets a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
War isn't necessarily like what I thought it would be, and so that kind of like lets it down, but it still has like tons of good stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and because like a lot of stuff was established already that's building on, it kind of is neck and neck with Kingdom. And so it's a tough list to make. Some people don't have Kingdom as high, like this new one, as like I have it currently, but
We rate them all like pretty close to each other.
Yeah,
We'll just hang?
yeah.
Okay.
Rise, I don't have a. I don't think I've seen it since it came out,
Oh, okay.
and I don't have like a desire to, because I remember watching it. There was only like one part. I was like, well, you know,
Mhm.
the rest of it is just kind of build up. And,
Got it.
But the reason Dawn is so good is because Rise happened, and so
Got it.
you like need it.
Okay.
I guess.
Nice.
So yeah, kick-ass movies, loved it.
That's awesome. More monkey movies.
Yeah, more monkey movies. Dom was like, didn't want to see it because like he's like, I haven't seen the trilogy. I'm like, you're not making an effort to watch the trilogy, you know? And then I was talking about other movies that we might see. And then I was like, never mind, Sarah wants to see this one, because I asked her. And
Wow.
he's like, fuck it, fine, I'll watch it.
He was super into it.
Yeah, I'm like, will you watch him now? He's like, yes. And
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that movie rules.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah, big fan.
I have it on my radar to watch when I get a chance.
I was expecting you to come here with saying that you watched, you know, Dawn or something, but nope.
Nope. Sorry.
You know, whenever I like edit episodes and I'm like, oh, he says he's gonna watch this, I'm like, he's not gonna watch it.
No.
Just like certain things I bring up,
because like it has to be like something I convince Sophie as well, or I'll just like forget about it entirely. But anyway.
Oh, I watched X-Men 97.
Oh,
I watched like a couple of those.
nice.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. A little confusing, huh?
No, I mean, like
I
a
guess
little.
just the Jean Grey like clone part I wasn't expecting.
Well, spoilers, Nathan.
Spoilers for
I'm just kidding.
X-Men 97, the highest rated thing ever. But
that was the third episode, like the Mr. Sinister one,
yeah.
which I thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably my favorite episode. I like how like
What happened in that one? The third episode?
the clone comes in, they're like, who is this? And then like the clone Jean Grey is like evil.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then
Yeah.
like one of them leaves. I don't know which one leaves.
The clone.
And then they have to send Nathan to the future with Bishop.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah. That just like seeing the techno-organic virus on him. You're
Yeah.
like, ooh,
They said,
this is
did you like how many times it said Nathan in the episode?
I didn't really think about it, but it is cool that he has my name.
Yeah. I had to tell Sarah, I'm like, this kid grows up to be like my favorite superhero.
Oh, Sarah was watching it with you?
Yeah, but she was like in the room.
Oh, okay. Did you like that scene where Gambit charges up the Wolverine claws? Did you see that already?
I didn't get to that. I saw that in the.
That's in the first episode. When they're fighting the Sentinel in that first episode.
I don't remember that.
You like some of the Cyclops action?
Sure.
It's good.
Yeah, it's you're like getting used to like the voice acting, you know?
Wolverine sounds fucking weird.
Yeah. It's just like I don't know what voices I had in my head, but it just like wasn't those.
Mm-hmm.
Magneto's like fucking jacked.
Yeah.
As like this old man. He's got these huge shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Maybe like, bending metal is like hard work.
Yeah. The first one was like a little cheesy.
It is.
And I thought it was funny.
the
Because he's
first
like,
episode?
yeah, he's like, to me, my X-Men. I'm like,
Yeah.
shut up.
Well, it is corny, but I thought it was cool.
Morph
good.
is my favorite one.
Morph is cool, right?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Morph
No.
before this?
I think it might be a Morrison character. It seems like it would be, but I don't know anything about that dude.
Yeah, he's fucking sick.
Yeah. It's
Like,
awesome.
I was like, when they're like falling out of like the Quinjet, I'm like, oh, how's he gonna survive? Because he get powers when like he does that, but no, he turns into like Angel, who just has wings.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's genius.
He does that a couple times with characters you're like, oh, really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's like
It's
he never
cool.
does anyone where they have like necessarily like abilities. It's just like kind of how they are physically.
Mm-hmm.
Like he turns into like Magic, and she's got like a sword, or
Yeah.
like Colossus, where he's just like a big metal guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that is a very useful
It's fun.
one.
Yeah.
And he just looks cool. I think I just like
His design overall, looks cool.
a blank face looking guy.
He looks like a character that like Michael Allred would have created or something.
Yeah.
That's why I like that.
Very Madman-esque.
Mm-hmm. And was it the end of the third episode when the Jean clone, like you said, she like left, right?
Yeah.
Then she said like what her name is going to be.
Madeline Pryor?
Yeah. I just think it's really funny when she's like, I'm going to take on a new identity. Call me Madeline Pryor. And it's just like, where did you get that?
Yeah.
Why was that the name that you chose?
Yeah, you're just hanging on to this first and last name.
You're not going to be like Jeannie or something, or like something like relatively close to, you're like just going completely off base.
And so I'm like, I'm so like, confused. I'm like, when was she like swapped out? And like, does like their love mean the same thing, knowing that she's like a clone or whatever?
Yes, sir.
And I didn't realize like Cable's isn't necessarily like the
Jeans.
I didn't realize like Nathan's mom wasn't Jean Grey.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't know that either, to be honest.
It's like, oh, Cyclops and a clone of Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Which is like is so 90s.
It's very confusing. And
just adds to the 90s character that he is.
I fucking love how confusing it is.
Yeah.
That's X-Men, baby.
I think my favorite thing was when Cyclops like charges up Bishop with like his blasts.
Oh, that was cool too.
I was like, fuck me up.
Yeah. There's a lot of really fun moments like that. I feel like
that's like kind of like the strongest stuff.
There's like some really cool Gambit stuff in here.
I don't like how he talks. Like, I know it's like a Louisiana thing.
He's like a raging Cajun guy.
And why is he like talking about himself in like the third person?
That's how people in Louisiana talk.
Does he always do that?
No.
Yeah.
Not in the comics that I can remember.
Okay.
But I think he's definitely kind of a stereotype when it comes to like a certain kind of people, I guess.
I love Rogue's like voice actor.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is such a sexy voice for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, it's like raspy, and I'm like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, something about it.
I like looked up the voice actor. She's like 80 or something. And I'm like, this does it for me. I don't know.
She can get it. Yeah.
But yeah, good show. Good show.
I like it. Some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you watched some of it.
Yeah, I felt that was something I'm like, I know I'll like this. I just got to like put the time into it. And the episodes go pretty fast. And it just felt like I needed to feel involved if it came up at like Comic-Con or something.
I feel like there will be some X-Men stuff probably this Comic-Con, but
yeah,
I think a lot of the X-Men 97 voice actors are going to be there.
Maybe.
I can't remember, but good stuff.
What are we gonna read next week? What do we read next week, Nathan?
Do we have anything coming up? Are we going to read an Eisner book, perhaps? Or what do you think?
Nathan, I think we should read Ultraman, Nathan.
Ooh, Ultraman.
Because that movie comes out June 14th.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason, Netflix is just dropping trailers like 3 weeks before I think comes out.
Before something drops?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what do we got for Ultraman?
There is the original manga. That is an option.
Okay.
Looks pretty cool.
Okay, is this one?
Yep. There's that one.
Is it going to look like that one in the show or?
Not quite. So we can read like Ultraman like in like when Marvel was publishing it in like the American version.
The Rise of Ultraman?
Yeah, I think that's probably the one we should go with.
I think
by Kyle Higgins.
Okay.
And it's got that cover by Alex Ross, which is really sick.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
I feel like there's been a lot of like random Ultraman stuff that's come out.
There's like a few options. I think there was just kind of like this small point in time where, oh, this is a 2020 book.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm talking about. But
yeah, there's
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, very interesting history with Ultraman.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds good.
Ultraman, The Rise of Ultraman.
Yeah, Volume 1.
Volume 1. I'm down for that.
Sweet.
Finally going to figure out what the fuck this character's about.
Yeah.
Because I've just seen him
5 issues. I'm in.
Let's do it.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for watching.
Tell us who you think should win the Eisners.
Yeah.
You can message us at tradewaiterspod@gmail.com.
Were there any Eisner snubs?
Any snubs?
Other than Stan Sakai.
Yeah. Put him back. He's probably still going to win the award.
The dynasty must continue.
Yeah.
Emails at tradewaiterspod@gmail.com. Did you say that?
I did not yet.
Okay.
Or yeah, I did actually. Or on our social medias. We're on Twitter, Instagram, all that, YouTube.
Yep.
Give us a comment. And while you're there, giving us a comment because you're doing what I said to do. You should give us a subscribe.
Or 5 stars.
Or 5 stars. Either one.
Yeah.
Choose your own adventure. That's what we do here. Is that everything? Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.